Another important part of privacy norms, retention. For how long are you retaining data, and when and how are you deleting them? Are these happening automatically, or are you requiring people to do that? Welcome to my YouTube channel where you regularly see new content on data privacy, and we are going to talk about retaining personal information and deleting it when and when should it be done. Retention and deletion look very simple. Go to the folder, delete the file. Is it that simple? Not that simple. So the policy says retain data for X number of years and then delete it. Even easier on a policy. IT systems don't work that cleanly. That does not mean that your IT is inefficient. That means that the systems work like that. Data lives on multiple layers and multiple places. It is not one folder where you can go and delete data, right? It's not one folder, it's not one single action, and you have to actually carry logs of the activities that you are doing. Retention seems easy on paper, harder in real time systems, so need to be careful about it. DPDP expects that you always create a purpose based retention. I'm collecting this personal information for this purpose, which will be over in these many days, months, and then I'll delete your data. And when you are deleting someone's personal information, send them a prior information 48 hours before actually deleting it. Data should not live longer than it is required. Deletion should always be meaningful. Have a purpose behind deletion. Have deletion in a way that the data goes off completely, right? Don't make it just a symbolic deletion. Organizations must be able to explain their different choices when they are storing information, when they have retention, and should have retention according to the purpose and according to the information, not as an organization wide single policy. That does not work. Data lives in databases. Data lives in file storage and documented systems. Data lives in backups and archives. And that's the area where things do become difficult, where the databases and backups and archives. Because if your data's retention period is 3 years, and a user withdraws, but the data has to live in for 3 years. But then after 3 years, what all are you going to erase? Or your backup should be so well structured that for a given application, you can pull out and erase it easily. Traditional methods like tape, people are still not using dedicated tapes for a particular backup. One tape has multiple type of backups. So you can't erase a type of backup from there. And that's where you need to be very careful, or at least keep things very, very cleanly documented that this tape cannot be formatted because it also has data from the other systems. Primary database, well, you have to restructure them and say that if, for example, the government of India says if a customer does not place in a fresh order on an e-commerce portal for 3 years, his information has to be removed. Write it there. Logs, archives, monitoring systems should work, right? And you should have logs for all the activities related to retention that your organization is performing. Vendors, third parties, everything should be clearly available with you. Deletion breaks in practice because there is no unified data inventory. Backups are designed for recovery, not for deletion. Logs are required for security and audits, and vendors are outside. They do not have a direct control on those things. There are conflicting legal and operational needs that I told you that one part of data needs to be deleted immediately, the other part has to be retained for longer, both reside at the same place, so I cannot format the tape again. But that needs to be documented properly. This is where organizations actually get stuck. Practical way to think about retention. Retention is a tiered process, is a tied process. Different schemes, different retention logics. Applications have to be created accordingly. Deletion may mean different things for different layers. Exceptions must be intentional. Exceptions must be documented. Cannot be ignored. Avoid breaking of your systems. Deletion from primary system first. Anonymization if deletion not possible. Anonymization and archival of old backups if they cannot be erased right now. And vendor retention should be aligned with their contract. They have to delete and prove that they have deleted the information. Auditability requires to be there, so you need to be very careful that the data is auditable. How does this support DPDP? It supports DPDP because it reduces the exposure of data. The breach impact is reduced. There are clear answers that they can give to the principals as well as to the regulators that this is the data retained for this reason, this is the data erased for this reason. There's a better alignment with user rights, right to access, right to correction. sustainable compliance over a period of time. Because retention is not something, or deletion is not something that you do daily. You do it after a period of time. The real insight: policies don't delete data. Real working systems delete data. Retentions must respect operational reality. DPDP expects honesty, not theatrics, and well designed systems age up gracefully. Be very careful with it. So that's about the retention and deletion under DPDP. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon, subscribe to my channel, and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.